Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. Just checking if it works. Um, this is the painting I'll be teaching today. It's been a while since I've taught, so just let me know if you could hear me okay, all that kind of good stuff, if you could see it really good. I have to get a proper setup, of course, but as far as the painting itself, I could show it up close. So then that way, or there we go. So you see a lot of colors going on, a lot of blues. You could do it with whatever medium you have. I use acrylic for all of my paintings. It's just easier. Um, so I'll let a couple people come in, and then I'll start in, I want to say like 5 minutes. The brushes that I use, they're always going to be this. So I always have 2 sets of every brush. This is a big brush. It's just big. Usually you can get flat brushes or like one of these fat ones. And then I have a medium brush. So it's basically the same thing as these. They're just smaller. And then a liner brush. So these liner brushes, if you notice, they're all a little different. Can you see that right there? Maybe like that. So for example, this one is just a little bit longer. You can get better lines with it. You can load it with paint. These two are basically the same, but they're just for more detail. So again, you can use basic colors. This is what I have on my palette. So I have, starting with white, black. I believe this is cadmium red. Yeah, cadmium red. Usually it's either a medium or something along those lines. This is a primary blue, but any kind of blue works. And then this is cadmium yellow. Is that I like to go ahead and have my cup of water. And then for some colors, I will say we will be mixing a lot of blues today. So you want to keep your blues pretty wet. I like to use a water bottle, just spray my palette, and then it keeps them nice and wet. Actually, I'll probably do that right now. Okay, so then from there, I will say, again, I'll wait a couple minutes and then I'll just go ahead and get started. This is a test run, so I'm not expecting to go ahead and kind of get the start. With the lightest color in the background. So if you notice, it's this teal color right here. And for the teal, I like to do blue with a little bit of yellow. Hopefully y'all could see that. Okay, that's a lot of yellow. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more blue. And then after I get that shade right, what I'm gonna do is just add more white to it. So that's something that you're going for, like a tealish color. And I'm just doing horizontal strokes. I'm gonna add more water to my brush. And what you want to do is you want to get this done relatively fast. So that's why you want to use a big brush for it. You don't necessarily want your colors to dry. You can always mix on the canvas. Always trust the process. So at first it's going to look. I didn't make enough teal, so I'm making more, but my color didn't match. So I'm just trying to match it at this point. But I can always go over it again. See, my color is a little too dark, so I might just go in with the white. Also, mixing on the canvas can get you all kinds of different shades too, which is always nice. I'm going to start adding more blue to my the color that I already mixed. So again, I'm just going to start adding more blue to that. And again, because it is still kind of wet down here, I'm going to immediately start down here, work my brush between the two colors so that way we get that gradiency and it's looking more smoother. If for any reason your paint is actually dry in that bottom area, the more you move it, the more it's going to mix. So again, all I'm doing is adding more blue to the colors that I've already made. And it's going to gradually turn into this darker blue until we get to that darker area up there. We're going to use a little bit of, well, we'll get there. When we get there, we'll get there. And I'm sorry, everybody. I'm a little nervous, but I appreciate y'all being here. It's been a while since I taught these. I do appreciate everybody being here. I should probably have music in the next one. Like how Chris goes classical. I should do that. Night. I do appreciate anybody who's been sharing this. I just said, I might as well just try it. All right, I'm going to get some more blue. I ran out of it. We are going to be using a lot of blue today. And I don't know if y'all can see this actually. But if you notice, like a lot of these colors are mixing in together. And it's just really nice how they can blend when they're wet, but you'll see like darker colors in that same in your brush, especially if you're not cleaning your brush. Your brush is still holding all that paint in it. So the more you go across. All right, I think I'm going to leave this teal alone and go straight to blue. So again, I'm just dipping straight blue. I might actually, where is it? I use a microfiber brush, but you guys, I mean a microfiber towel to clean my brushes, but you guys can use paper towels, anything that helps. All right, now that I'm up here, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna let this paint dry, because now what I'm gonna do towards the top is I'm gonna mix that black with blue. We're gonna try to get this dark color up here. So a little black goes a long way. And again, just straight across. And you can go over, again, the paint that you just put down, because it's going to blend it out for you. So again, this is not straight black. This is blue and black. I know it probably looks like black, but it's not. And if you drag your brush down, it'll bring that color down with you. Nice. Yeah, thank you. The next thing that we're going to do is actually these clouds down off to the side. So again, you'll notice that same gradiency of that blue-black color going down to the medium color that we have right here, and then light blue. You'll see the cloud right in front of the big one. It's more of a light blue. Actually, I don't know if y'all can see that from there. So if you notice right here, it's got like a blue outline on the back and then the light blue at the top. So what we're going to do is we're going to outline our cloud first with light blue in the bottom. Make our shape. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and move. I think I'm going to... Can y'all? Oh, hey, Abe. Appreciate you being here. Again, thanks everybody for being here. What was I going to do? Right, clouds. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's dry, but paint, you know, takes a while to dry. Okay. Okay. I also like to take a dry brush, especially if your paint is still wet. If you feel like it hasn't been blended enough, you can use a dry brush, go over it, and go over it. Again, what we're going to do is we're going to do the shapes of the clouds first. Just do an outline, and we'll go into the gradiency of the clouds as well. So I'll mix my colors. I'm doing the same colors that I did before, besides the tea, with my light blues, medium blues, and then dark blues. I could see that actually. There you go. So I load it with paint. So that way I could just do one continuous line without having to reload my brush. Hey, what's up, Ben Talk? Appreciate y'all being here. Thanks again, y'all. Okay. So for this cloud in the back, I mean, really all I do is just like loops. It's nothing too crazy. Oh. You can go as detailed as you want, but I do try to make my paintings kid friendly so that way kids could follow along. So again, all I'm doing is now this canvas is a lot smaller than this one right here. This is an 8x8, or I'm sorry, no, this is a 10x10, and this is a 12x10. No, 12x24. This is actually the painting we did at Emmett's. This was an 8x8. You can do any size, any medium, paper, markers, crayons, you name it. All right, since we already have this light blue on our filling in this bottom part right here, don't worry about the clouds in the front. We're going to get to those eventually. Now, I'm not really particular about how I fill this in because if you notice on this painting right here, there's all kinds of shades going on. Again, you can always mix on your canvas as opposed to your actual palette. And if you take your big brush out actually to fill it in, by all means, you'd be a lot smarter than I am right now. Sorry, I'm not looking at chat, y'all. Once I get this layer in, I'll take a look at it. Now, if you filled in all your light blue in there, you can always take more blue and start doing your gradiency. So again, I take the same light blue, just put a little bit more, maybe a lot of it more, and then move towards the top. A lot of it blue, a lot of more blue. The nice thing too is that you can use this on the outer edges, this darker blue. And it just gives it a little bit more dimension. I'm going to run out of blue by the time I finish this damn painting. Or I'm sorry, this doggone painting. Anyway, again, all I'm doing is just back and forth strokes. I should probably have a better area to put the reference picture so that way And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a lot more blue and make this as dark as I can. I might even add a dash of black to go ahead and turn this so if you guys notice, I'm blue is I like to take my dry brush and I like to go ahead and blend those colors in. Sometimes I do extra swoops and sometimes I don't. But if you always want to go back to a color, don't ever mix it with the color that you've already mixed. You got blues. I mean, you got black and white on there, so you don't want to go back to a lighter or adding white or something to a color. Okay, I hope y'all could see that. I don't know if maybe the light's shining too. All right, I'm sorry. I appreciate y'all. Okay, is there any way I can zoom in on the painting a bit more? I'm gonna try to follow. Okay, I'm so sorry. I will go ahead and let you take a screenshot of this. If you could see it, this is probably the best view I can give you. Oop, I'm a little slanted. So take a screenshot of that. Not with my face, please. Oh, I'm so sorry. Mod up people. Gotcha. Okay. I could definitely mod people. I just don't know how to. I am a boomer at this. So someone's gonna have to teach me at some other point. So anyway, give me a thumbs up if you took a screenshot, if you needed a screenshot. I am blind anyways. Oh, dang, you're blind? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. God bless. I'm so sorry. I'm sure you were joking, but if you're not, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to laugh. I don't know why I was move on to the next part. So if you notice, it's the same thing that's going on right here, though, with the blues up here. And then this is just a darker purple. Click next to the person on the dots. Da-da-da. Okay. How do I do that? There you go. There we go. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. Just made you a mod for that. Thank you. I will eventually go back into there and make everybody mods. Again, can y'all see this? Or maybe a little bit closer? Maybe you can see the gradient, see a little bit more. Let me take a swig of coffee and I'll be right back. Shit, I almost dropped my paint water. All right. This is also, don't leave your paintbrushes in your water, please. Don't do what I'm doing as far as your paintbrushes. You don't want to ruin them. I need to stop saying Okay. I'm going to go back into this darker blue color. Obviously, if you're still, that's the nice thing about painting, especially with acrylic. You can always go over it. With oil, it's a little bit different. Have to wait. Also, to my Orthodox people, I just did my second class of iconography. I'll show you guys what I've been working on. Don't mind the squares. I got to work on that still, but got that done today. So my teacher's pretty cool. Anyway, if you guys are looking into getting into iconography, I really recommend it. I've been enjoying it, to say the least. Okay, anyway. See, that's what I want. Like a really dark color up here. It's too thick. Always just add a little bit of dab of water. I don't know if y'all ever seen those paintings where they got the swirlies. They look pretty cool. I don't know. I just thought I'd say it. And again, I like to take a dry brush, kind of just blend it out. But if you notice that you're seeing your brush take the paint away, like how it's doing on mine, stop immediately. You're dragging your paint off of the painting. So I apologize. Work your paint off of your canvas. You know what? I'm going to take this second right here for this to dry just a tiny bit. And I'm going to go change this dirty water. I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I'll just check in on you guys. I would also do that, Ben Talk. I would like to do stick figure painting. I could show you guys what I guess while this is drying, I could show you guys what I plan on working on, being that I'm getting back into painting again. Give me 1 second. So I'll tell y'all this. I haven't worked on this painting in 2+ years, hence why it's wrapped in plastic wrap. But to take commissions all the time. I just recently took on a commission, so I'm very excited about that one actually. But I won't say anything about it until I at least got my mock-up done. Anyway, I don't know if y'all could see it. Sorry. There we go. Yeah. Two God friends. I forgot what it's supposed to say right here, but it's supposed to be some funny thing. Yeah. So I do a lot of horror work in general. But as far as the painting classes, I like to keep them simple. All right, I'm pretty sure this paint should be dry, and if not, then I'm just going to end the stream with it. All right. I need to wait. I need to wait. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a good night. Lord have mercy. Honestly, I've seen some cool stick figure stuff. I would have to post it for y'all to see what I'm talking about. I'm also going to be learning with you guys again. It's been a really long time since I painted. But actually, let me just give a shout out to Emmett. If you guys aren't subbed to Emmett, Emmett was the one who had a painting class just the other day. Like I said, I did this little guy at Emmett's, and I was just really inspired. So go sub up to Emmett, Chris, or if anybody wants to drop Emmett's channel. Thanks, Emmett. Okay, let's see what we're working with here. There we go. Just gonna go really lightly. Back to my light blue color, and then just try to I need more white. And try to blend this part out. Honestly, I always like seeing more regular solid color, if that makes any sense. Like, I like the layer really good for iconography, but in this case, being that this is so, what's the word, expressionist? I don't know. I don't know if y'all could see that, actually. So if you see, like, you still see the teals down on this area. And again, while I let that dry, I'm going to work on the cloud that's on the bottom here. So this first blue cloud, again, if you notice, there's a big difference with this one and this one. And I'm not saying fuck you. I mean, I'm not saying anything bad. There's blue here, and this is a darker color. It's more like a purplish color. So I'm going to work on this first one. And again, I'm just going to be using straight blue for that. Can't believe I have to edit my first live already. There should be an award for that. All right. You see how there's this big cloud in the front too? You can do the shape of that cloud with your primary blue. And just go over on top of it. And then I'm going to do the shape of the other one. I don't care about getting all the way down to the bottom because, again, I'm going to cover it with a darker color. All right, and now that my paint is still pretty much wet, I'm going to go back to that dark blue color. And actually, I might change the brush, but I'm going to see how it goes first. And I don't know why I'm paranoid about my audio, but if y'all can let me know the audio, if it's good, or if I should wear headphones and then maybe y'all can hear me better through headphones. So what I'm going to do with this darker blue now is I'm going to just go over that front cloud, add that color in, and then I'm going to immediately take another dry brush and mix it with the blue we just added. And again, I'm dragging paint, so you don't really want to do that. Not really sure why that's happening, but I believe it's because my layer is really light. So it could, yeah, you know, just trying to figure it out. But again, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I do appreciate y'all. So I'm just going to start doing the reverse and adding, or not adding. I'm just going to go back to the primary blue. That's what I'm doing right now. Going back to the primary blue, going between the blue that was underneath and that darker layer, and then just blending it that way. And actually, what I'm going to do, I don't like how that, I don't know if y'all see it, but that weird transition right here, I don't like it. And if you don't like something, just change it. Cheers, eh? If you're not from the States, it's a stupid sports joke. Anyway, I'm going to let that dry. I might just go over it again. I'm being picky with my own painting. This is what's happening in online. So again, the color that we're going to be working on next is this purple down here. You're just going to be mixing red and blue to make your purple. So again, red and blue, just a deep purple. If anything, I'm probably going to make more before I put it down. And with this one, now you can go ahead and cover all the way to the bottom of the canvas or paper, what have you. Happy holidays. I mean, Merry Christmas, right? I do apologize again for not being able to show the example close enough. But for the next one, I'll definitely figure out a better placement so that way they're side by side. Oh. Yeah, so that way they're side by side as opposed to being in the background. Oh, I forgot about this color. Or I mean that cloud. All right. Forgotten cloud, but we'll get to it. Oh, thank you. No, I don't think I've seen that before. Oh, that sounds cool. Job that makes makes fun of all the holidays. So any holiday, any situation, happy holidays. Anyway. So I'm going to go back to this cloud because I completely forgot about it. That same blue, I'm just going to make it wet. So then that way I can go over with the light blue. But I'm going to be really careful with this one because there is that really dark color right underneath it. So I don't want to go over the dark color. Actually, I don't know if you guys focus my hand. $0.30 a foot. Home Depot. All right, let's get to it. And again, because my regular blue is still wet, I can go ahead and easily blend these in with a dry brush. The highlights on the clouds is just regular prime colors, or I mean, primary colors as far as the yellow up here. I do have an orange and then a really light orange towards the second cloud, or towards the darkest color, or I mean the darkest and the most closest cloud on the painting. Usually the closer you are, the darker it gets. Cloud is dark. Okay. So I'm going to take my liner brush. Again, you can use any size as far as liner brushes. I'll show you guys right here. This is the one I'm going to use. It's long. It carries a lot of paint. I don't really use these unless I'm doing really big detail, or I mean really small detail words. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my regular yellow. And I'm going to load this brush. And really all I'm doing is the shape of that swoop. So you can add as many as you want towards the middle up over here. Definitely want to get the edges. And they can overlap or not. Like Bob Ross said, do whatever you want. Or something like that. My friend pointed out earlier, I have the same initials as Bob Ross. So, I don't know. Maybe meant to be. And again, all I'm doing is a swoop in all sorts of directions. So if you notice, I got a little baby right here. You want to add. You know what I'm probably going to do? You can even take some white with that yellow to make it more opaque. Right now, my yellow is looking a little translucent. So if you take a little white and add it to your yellow, it's going to make a light yellow, but it's going to be more opaque. So you don't have to do as many layers on top. Just one layer is good enough. Watery. If you notice that yellow pops up a lot more. And then I'm going to do it towards the Forgotten Cloud on the bottom here. Yeah, I'm definitely going to put some music on next time. It's eerily quiet. It's so weird. I never paint on the side of my canvas, so I apologize. Oh, that actually sounds like a really good idea. Doing a moon? Like towards the darker side? That's actually not a bad idea. You know what? Let's do that. And if we mess it up, we're ending the stream. Just kidding. But yeah, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna take that same opaque yellow and yeah, I'm gonna do the same opaque yellow because the moon's made out of cheese, obviously. Now, as far as the size and shape, that's up to you. I'm probably gonna go for one of those. Yeah, one of those, whatever you call that. But yeah, you can always add whatever you want to your painting. I know, for example, the one we did at Emmett's, somebody suggested to add a fisherman. And I said, you know what? That sounds pretty cool. Let me add that. Okay. I like doing this for stars. If you don't have an extra toothbrush available, they sell them in packs. No, I'm just kidding. No, you can do it with any brush. I just like the effect of the toothbrush a little bit better than just a regular brush. So I like to take that same color and then just flick for some stars. Medium brush and then just flick. I don't know. I thought of Harry Potter right now. I don't know if y'all could see the stars, but you can always add as many as you want. Or you can go the old school route and take a detailed brush, fill it up with your and I don't know, maybe a shooting star or something. You can do whatever you want. Boom. Okay. Structure of it, and then from there we're gonna go ahead and fill it in and move on to the detail of the hot air balloon. Brush or a detail brush. And I'm gonna go ahead and mix a brown. So that's just all of your if you add too much red, add blue because it looks like a purplish color. And if it still looks too purple, just add a little bit of yellow to mute it out. Yellow is the complementary color of purple. So it'll go ahead and mute it out and you'll get a nice brown color. I honestly wish I had a color wheel right now. I'd do a little color theory. Hey, no, I appreciate it, Chris. I'll go ahead and try to mod up someone else, but I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, I was thinking of that dumb line, just swish and flick. Okay. Bintalk, thanks for being here. Oh, hey, K2. I didn't even see you there. All right. I got our brown. So with my detail brush, what I'm going to go ahead and do is, again, the shape of the hot air balloon. I'm just loading my brush up. This is what I'm doing with the hot air balloon, by the way. You could start from the top. You could start from the top or you could start from the bottom. Doesn't matter. It's just a really elongated oval. You want to come closer towards the ends on the bottom here. And you're going to close it out. And then you're adding like an extra little shape down the bottom. It's like a rectangle, but you're going to go ahead and marker that doesn't even work. So again, you're going to round out the edges. You're going to do 3 straight lines. So 2 towards the edge, 1 towards the middle. And as far as the box, you're just going to go ahead and connect those 2 edges. One edge and the other edge, you're going to connect it towards the middle like a triangle. I hope y'all could see that. Then you're going to bring those lines down on the edge. And then same thing, you're going to go ahead and connect the 2 edges, make a triangle, and you're just going to bring that line down. And then same thing, you're going to do 2 triangles. It's not a big like your regular triangle where the arrows, or the lines are really narrow. It's more of a flat triangle. Again, I hope y'all could see that. There you go. Ooh. So it's not this. I can't even do an X. All right. It's not a narrow triangle. You want to do more of a flat triangle. And you're going to do that on both ends. Oh, I'm sorry, K2. I didn't see you. I really haven't even been looking at chat that much. Okay, so I got my brown on my brush. Hopefully it's the one in the back is going to be the smaller one. Again, the further it is, the smaller it's going to get. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. Shape back there. And I'm just going to fill in that brown. We're doing kind of like rounded off ends and a rectangle towards the bottom when it connects down here. I don't really like what that one's doing. Actually, this is my favorite iconography brush. It's just a really liner. So I'm going to use this one for my lines of the hot air balloon. Again, they're just 3 straight lines. I don't know if y'all could see that. Can y'all see that? There you go. My box, I'm actually going to go ahead and change the colors. So y'all remember that opaque yellow? I'm going to take that same brown that I had on my brush, and I'm going to mix it with opaque yellow. And it's going to give me this like super muted brown. So again, I'm loading my brush. And what I'm going to do that I was talking about. As far as your box. Oh, shoot. I should probably do this really close up, because I can't see it from that angle. Can y'all see it from there? So again, they're narrow triangles. I don't know if y'all could see it from there, but again, this is just a learning experience. I appreciate everybody being here. All right. So we're going to go ahead and fill it in with our regular yellow. My regular yellow is actually demolished, but I'm sure y'all's is doing fine. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in all right. Side of the box here. Oh, that's a better angle. Well, how about this? I'm going to leave this up. Can y'all you can't even see it from there. Shoot. Oh, there we go. Yeah. We're problem solvers. That reference right there. A bit back. But that's exactly what I'm doing with the hot air balloon. It's just a big oval shape. It's elongated. The bottom right here, we're going to go ahead and cut off. And then we're going to do 2 rounded edges, like a rectangle shape. 3 straight lines. The one in the middle is going to go farther down than the rest of them. The box itself, again, it's not going to be a triangle that's too narrow. It's going to be a more flatter triangle. So you're going to do the top just like that. And again, towards the bottom side of the box, you're going to go do that same triangle, but just reversed. What I'm doing as far as filling it in, I'm down in our opaque yellow for a little shade. A little detail, nothing too crazy, but just a little detail. So again, the yellow I just put in, and I'm doing just lines. Or you know what? You can fill in the entire right side or left side, being that the light source coming towards more over here. So you can fill the lighter side this way and keep the darker side this way. All right. And then with that, I'm going to take that same brown that I mixed, the regular brown, with all of our primary colors, dark brown. And I'm going to add a little bit of white to it. And we're going to make a lighter brown to add the detail. So as far as details, pretty simple, nothing too crazy. I like to go ahead and round out the edge over here on the left side and add just a couple of curved lines in the inside of the hot air balloon, just to give it some texture. Is that the right word? And then once you're going towards the right side of the hot air balloon, you'll want to curve it with the angle. I have a little detail on the bottom here, so I'm just going to do straight lines across. And again, the bottom, I'm talking about this area down here, that little rectangle. So all I'm doing is going straight lines across as far as the detail. Maybe adding the tiniest bit of curve to show that. I'm going to use this brown too to add more detail to the box. But if you don't want to do that, that's fine too. It's a nice color to add as far as detail. Okay, but while that's drying, what we'll do is we'll take our liner brush and we're going to make some orange. So that is just a little bit of red and a lot of yellow. So the tiniest bit of red and a lot of yellow, make some orange. Again, that's going to make an opaque orange. So that way you could just go did up here with the yellow lines for the clouds. We're going to go ahead and do for the second cloud. And before this orange dries up on me, I'm going to go ahead and take some white, some white, and I'm going to go ahead and mix it with my orange and make a light orange. And now I can go over. So I'm not adding it over the entire orange I just laid out. I still want to be able to see areas so that way you could still see the one on the bottom. And again, feel free to add as many as you want down here. So I'll add just a the Garfield balloon, yeah. And then the what is it called? The last cloud that we have here is that purple one. So we're gonna go ahead and make pink. And I'm sure you guys know make pink, but if you don't, it's just white and a dab of red. And again, that's just a dab. You don't want to use too much red because otherwise you're going to be using a lot of white to make it into pinkish color. For some reason, mine looks purple. I don't know if y'all can see that. Looks like a really light purple. I think I maybe had some blue on my brush. So I'm just using more white to, and maybe a little bit more red. There we go. So what I'm going to do, I do this all the time. I mix the color that I actually want as far as my highlight first. So now I have to make a darker version of it. Sorry. So I have to make a darker version of it. And I just take the red that I used. And I'm going to work quick so that way my paint on my other brush doesn't dry. And that's why it's always nice to have two brushes. So again, if your paint is too thick, you'll see that it breaks on your canvas. So just add more water to it. You don't want to add too much. Just add a dab. And again, once you got that darker tone pink down, you could take that light pink. And again, just go over small areas. You don't want to cover that entire pink that you just added on there. Just little areas to give it more dimension. Hey, nice to see you, Marin. Thanks for coming. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and work on this front balloon, and then we are almost through. So that hot pink that I just made is the perfect color for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just maybe take these two, the light pink and the hot one, and I'm gonna mix it of that hot pink just by a tad bit, nothing too crazy. I really want to change this water because it's heavy and blue, but I think I'm just going to push the colors, and it's mixing like just a tad darker, but I think I'm going to go ahead and just make more. All right, perfect. So this is what I'm going for. Looks like your traditional pink. All right. Just loading it with paint. All right, same thing. We're going to go ahead and do an elongated oval. We're going to cut it off towards the end, make that little rectangle shape with the rounded edges. And of that hot air balloon that we did in the back, just so we could show depth. So this one's probably going to be a little bit closer towards my edge of my painting, but it's because my canvas down here is a lot smaller than the canvas that I have up here. About to say, where'd my paint go? Some people ask, why don't I use a big brush when it comes down to making these shapes? And it's just because, well, you can mess up with a big brush and it's harder to fix a mistake with a big brush as opposed to a liner. But now again, I'm going to go ahead and fill this in. So what I mean by that is I'm not going to go ahead and worry too much if I'm missing spaces in between. Because we are going to be adding a good amount of detail as far as different pinks and whatnot. And we also even have some browns in there. So I hope that your brown is still nice and wet. Okay. Well, actually, we'll leave that for just a second. Let's go ahead and work on this detail of the hot air balloon. So again, that regular pink that I just made, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of white and just make it a little bit lighter. And I'm just going over kind of like how a pumpkin is shaped. Again, I'm doing those curved lines. Excuse me. So I'm doing my curved lines to add more dimension. Actually, there you go. Still got the pink on it, but I'm adding red to it. What that's going to do is it's going to allow me to be able to blend on the canvas. I do like to add a little bit of water so that way it's not so hard to work with. And I'm going to start doing this towards the right side of the hot air balloon. Lose the colors that I have in the bottom there. So just a couple of strokes, again, that same curvature. You want to kind of fill in between the lines of the lines that you just made with the light color. Why did I say that as a question? The light color. Okay. And then I'm also going to do it towards the bottom here. So I'm going to add that darker pink towards the bottom. It's more of a All right, now before our paint dries, I'm going to go ahead and take that brown. Sorry, I was just reading chat. Not sure who you're talking about, Marin, but I hope he's okay. Go ahead and add those curvature lines just beside the light lines that we just did. So give me a second to go ahead and show you guys close up. I will say I might have to wait just a tad bit more because it is peeling my paint again. That's probably what I'm gonna have to do. Not paint peeling. Yeah, unfortunately, if you don't wait for your paint to dry, your paint can peel off your canvas. So I don't know if you could see it from there, but if you notice, my brown on the pink is peeling because I'm impatient. I can admit it, you know. And that's probably why I also work with acrylic, because it doesn't take forever to dry. It adds character. Oh yeah. I mean, like I was saying, this is very expressionist. I don't know if that's the right word. Teaching one class of the, what's it called? The Van Gogh with the Starry Night. I remember this girl ended up doing like a Mario version of it. It was super cool. I think I still have a picture of it, but she made her own, and the coolest drawing the coolest painting I've ever seen from a class. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and take that brown now, and I'm going to go ahead and line the edge of the right side of the hot air balloon. I really can't do it that way. Give me a sec. I don't know if y'all could see that. I'm learning a lot of things in just this stream alone, you guys. So I will do better for next one. Okay, I'm going to take a dry medium brush, and I'm going to go ahead and pull that color inside. If it's not pulling for any reason, it's because I just didn't add enough. So what I can do is I can take that medium brush and just pull it with me. So I'm going with the same curvature line, but I'm just using a bigger brush to cover a larger area. And being that my paint is still wet, it's actually doing a really nice job as far as the blending. I don't know if y'all could see that. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my liner brush again, take my brown, add a little bit of black, just the tiniest bit of black to make it a darker color. And I'm going to use that dark color to make this rectangle shape on the bottom of the oval. To make it a darker color. And I'm going to fill it in with that same color. I'm going to use that same color to I really can't see that. There you go. Do my connecting towards the edge. There you go. Connecting towards the edge. Gonna bring this down. And painting upside down is Oh, hey, Emmett. Thank you so much for being here. I was just telling them how I appreciate you, getting my passion back or whatever. I got gay. Sorry. Okay. And then I'm doing the narrow. I mean, not narrow, flat. There we go. Really good from that view. Yo, that looks crazy. All right. Yo, that looks crazy. All right, give me a second here. I know I could fix this. I'm just laughing at how crazy it looks for a second. This is what I'm going to do to fix it. Oh, no, I can't do that. Okay. A little bit of yellow. Oh, shoot. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Painting upside down. Yeah. I'm telling you. Okay. This is how I'm going to fix it. I'm going to make some of that opaque yellow. With a medium brush. Hopefully it's opaque enough to go ahead and cover that pretty dark brown. But it's the yellow that I need anyway to fill in the box. Give me 2 shakes of lamb's tail and let me see what I get. And I'm just going to use another brush because that one sucks. Actually, I'm going to get out of here. All right, cool. There we go. All right. I'm going to let that dry. I need to let it dry. But I'm going to go ahead and fix it. As far as the detail, again, I'm just using... Thanks, Bentalk. So I'm using the same browns that I did for the lines here to add a little detail. If you notice, there's a lighter brown on the box. It's just mixing that brown with white, or yeah, with white. I got some of that opaque yellow. So it's basically the same thing as we did in the back over here, but we're just adding more detail as far as the different shades that we're using. I completely forgot about this yellow. So actually, well, I still have it. So I'm going to go ahead and add the highlights maybe towards the middle of my hot air balloon in the back. Again, I still want to lean with that curvature. So I'm just doing a couple of lines. I do want to add more towards the front hot air balloon, the pink one. Definitely want to add more. I'm going to add some to that rectangle that we made with the dark brown. And I'm just doing horizontal lines with this one. You can see it. Don't look at my box. Don't look at it. Okay. And then I'm going to already dry so I can fix that box. But I'm going to take some of that brown that I made, and I'm going to add just the tiniest bit of white so I can add that light brown towards the other end of the rectangle that we made on the bottom of the hot air balloon. I hope everything that I'm saying is making sense. If not, there is a picture up, and you're more than welcome to just take a look at the picture and figure it out yourself. Again, this is a learning experience for me. I just really appreciate you guys even being here. And for next stream, I'm going to try to find a better setup. All right, let's fix this box. If you're already done with your boxes, thank you. If not, thank you. But the only thing that we're missing on this painting is the little birds, or whatever they are. All right, anybody got the time? The little flick with the toothbrush, but again, you can add as we pass the time. So again, you guys, I'm taking that. I'm really just fixing my box at this point, but I'm taking that lighter brown by just adding white to it. I'm going to try to keep these classes at, I want to say, an hour and a half, 2 hours, but it really just depends on what the painting is. This should have been an hour and a half class, but I do apologize. All right, that's how I'm going to fix it. I'm just using the browns though for detail. Do I not have? It's like it never happened. There you go. I mean, you can obviously see it right now or see it right now with the paint still kind of wet, but you can always fix it. All right. So like I said, you guys, I'm just using those browns. I'm just using more white with the brown to go ahead and add more details to this little box. But besides that, you could do anything else that you want to this painting. Can add more hot air balloons or what have you. Again, I just really appreciate you guys being here. I want to mention again, it is the whatever yellow you have, whatever red you have, whatever blue you have, black and white. Detail brushes. There you go. There you go. Detail brushes. 2 medium brushes. Oh, there you go. So this is a flat brush, 2 medium brushes, and then 2 fat old brushes. Any kind of brush. This is a filbert, but you can have any brush. This is a flat brush, but this is a way bigger one. And I'm adding my little birds, or whatever they are. Maybe one's all the way up here. You obviously want to have your water. I don't like using paper towels as far as like wiping my brushes. And that's it, you guys. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. This went a little bit longer than normal, but I'm going to get my process down and then obviously a better setup as far as. Thank you so much, everybody. Again, I really appreciate it. If anybody has any ideas as far as what they want to do, like you can always send me ideas on Discord. Actually, I probably should make a page, but I'm still trying to figure everything out. But, if you got me on Discord, you can always share that. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Again, thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate everybody coming in, saying nice things and whatnot. And yeah, thank you again. Appreciate it. See ya.